Well, thank you very much, and good morning. Welcome into today's Community Comment. Again, I'm your host, Kevin Howgett, and it's my pleasure to welcome into our Daily Dodge TV studio this morning our guests on the program today. We are with the folks who are putting on the 2025 Beaver Dam Memorial Day ceremony that is happening here coming up on Monday. It is my pleasure to welcome into our conversation here Kurt Gruenwald. We also have Jeff Krako, Lois Levenhagen, and if you're watching on the Daily Dodge TV stream, you can't quite see him. He's just off. He's just off of the corner. There he is. Chuck Staub is also joining us here on the program today. Thank you all so much for taking the time to come in and chat with us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
And this is an annual event, a popular event that has been going on here for a very long time. Lois, you're kind of you've been sort of the go-to person for putting this event on for so many years. You're sort of now kind of taking a step back. That's why we have a full cast here today to talk about this event. But who's taking over Lois's role here? Kurt here, so we'll
for this year, okay. For this year, it's actually the VFW's turn to be the host for the Memorial Day ceremony, and newly elected commander at the VFW post here in Beaver Dam. So I got to be the one that coordinates or chairs the committee for this year.
Gotcha. You keep mentioning this year, so we'll see how it goes and see about if things happen or change for next year. But before we dive into the specifics of this event, what is the important details that we need to know for those who want to attend? Where is this taking place? What time do people need to show up? And how long is this Memorial Day ceremony taking place?
Well, I guess I'll field that one to start with. It is on Memorial Day, on Monday, okay, and it'll be starting at 10:15 sharp, okay, and it'll go about an hour, maybe a little bit over an hour, and we have, obviously we have some bands and different speakers and different veterans organizations that'll be involved in the actual ceremony.
Fantastic. Yeah, we'll hopefully dive in here and discuss kind of the specifics of who's showing up, what organizations, and those who are taking part in this ceremony happening. Again, that's Monday, May 26th, here in just outside in the city of Beaver Dam at Oakwood Cemetery on Highway 33. And I think we'll just kind of work our way down the line here. I know, Kurt, you sort of introduced us here to kind of your role here, but I want to get everybody's opportunity to provide some input. So, Kurt, you're the man in charge here. Jeff Krako, what is your role here with organizing this ceremony?
I basically just read a couple of things during the ceremony, and I'm the commandant of the Marine Corps League.
Okay.
And so in a couple of years, I guess we'll be hosting. So it's just a really good ceremony, and the readings are really heartfelt and touching. And if people actually come and hear them, I think there will be a tear or two.
Yeah, no, we've Daily Dodge, excuse me, TV has broadcasted the ceremony. That's the plan again this year, and just tuning in and watching those over the years. Yeah, it's a very impactful and really a neat opportunity just to if you're not doing anything that Monday, this is a great thing to take up some of your time then on that day.
I guess if you're not doing anything on Monday, shame on you. I mean, this is an important day for veterans.
Yeah, no, it certainly is. And it's important for the community to also show up and support and offer their encouragement for veterans as well. Lois, I mentioned a little bit already. You've been sort of the chair, the person in charge of running this year. So, have you, in a stepped back role, what have you been in charge of here for putting this ceremony on for 2025?
Well, I'm part of the regular committee now, so I've been helping Kurt get through all the paperwork and setting up and everything else that has to be done, because he's like new at it, but I'm still involved with it and did a couple errands for him and some other things that I do and things like that.
Hey, yeah. What just was curious, what is it just time to step down? What led to that decision to take a step
Yeah,
down?
I've been doing it for almost 30 years, even when we had the parade back years ago and stuff, and it was a lot of work, even coordinating that stuff too. And I thought, I've done it long enough. I'll let someone else do it and get some fresh blood in there. So I stepped back.
And Kurt is that fresh blood for
Yeah, well, and I can't say enough about Lois's help, by the way. Without her, I'd super been lost. I couldn't have, I don't know if I could have handled it. She's been a great resource, obviously, and a great source of experience. And information, keeping me in line on what I need to get done, which has been outstanding. So I can't thank her enough for all the help she's given me.
Fantastic. Chuck Staub, what are you involved with the ceremony this year?
I don't know where you want to start. No, I'm actually representing the AMVETS Post 33 this year, just about every year actually. I do a few readings and poppies and a lot of setup. We're in charge of getting like the flowers out there and putting the flags in, and a lot of groundwork that's done beforehand
And these a lot of hands.
and afterwards.
Sure, yeah.
Chuck and a couple other fellows provide a lot of muscle. Okay, they do a lot of the physical things that happen out there, the decorating and so forth. Chuck's very instrumental in that, along with a couple other fellows that he buddies up with that are members.
Yeah, obviously, we're just a few days out from the 2025 ceremony. Is there still a call that we need to give for volunteers to help out, or is this year set, and maybe next year you can put that plea in?
No, we've got a pretty well organized machine. I've found out. The thing that we need the community to do as far as volunteering is be there.
Sure.
Because we've got a well organized unit here, and different individuals that know their jobs, and then step up and do a great service and a great work, to get it all put together and to put it on. So no, that we're in good shape that way. And what we do need though is just people. We want to do it to a nice group of people. The bigger the better, as they say.
We want to honor our deceased veterans, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the freedoms that we have now today.
Exactly. Yeah, no, again, a really tremendous event here happening again this coming Monday. And so far, again, don't want to jinx it, but weather is looking promising for that day. So, again, that's just one of the many incentives for the community to show up and attend this Memorial Day ceremony happening again on Monday. With our guests here today on Community Comment talking about this event, we have Kurt Grunwald, Jeff Krako, Lois Levenhagen, and Chuck Staub. We have to take a break. More Community Comment is coming up next.
Community Comment is on the way now with Kevin Haugen.
Well, thank you very much. It is 10:19 on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Welcome back into this morning's program of Community Comment. Joining us on the show today are members here helping put on the 2025 Memorial Day ceremony, part of the Memorial Day Committee here with us on Community Comment. To my right, if you're watching on Daily Dodge TV, you can see Kurt Grunwald. We also have Jeff Krako, Lois Levenhagen, and Chuck Staub on Community Comment today. And want to kick off our second segment here, really giving an opportunity for our listeners and viewers today to know what this program, what will happen during the program happening on Monday. So I will hand the mic over, whoever wants to sort of lead us off here. What will happen during this Memorial Day ceremony on Monday?
I guess I'll start. And one of the things that's going to be going on there, as was mentioned earlier, is different poems will be read that are veteran-centered, different other types of readings that'll be given that are veteran-centered, of course. And then we'll have speakers, okay? And we'll have music. Maybe, Lois, you can talk about what bands are there a little bit. And
Yeah, the Beaver Dam High School band will be there, and they'll do the majority of the playing. I think they have 5 or 6 songs that they're playing throughout the ceremony. And then St. Catherine Drexel, the kids will have one song that they're going to be playing also. And they'll be, you can see them and stuff. They're right there on the grounds, near the microphone and stuff. So you'll be able to hear them too.
Awesome. Fantastic. Right. And we also mentioned, too, that hopefully, again, weather permitting, that there will be a flyover during the program this year as well.
Yep. Dale Wall, he's done it for numerous years, and he gets some of his buddies together from the airport out in June there and getting their little Cessnas and things like that. And we don't have big jets. We used to have them years ago during the parade, but then the government, put a kibosh to that.
Yeah.
And so I found out about Dale, and he's come through every year. Only if it's raining, if the weather's bad or something that they can't. But they plan on being there, and they usually fly over right about when we're reading the names of the veterans that passed away the past year and stuff. And it's very touching for the part of the ceremony when they fly over. They usually take one sweep and make a circle and come back and hit us again.
Yeah, fantastic.
It just improves the ceremony and the meaning of the names.
For sure, yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned, Lois, how this is something that is not an issue come Monday, but just need to highlight it here while we're on the air, and that's if there's a plan B, if there is some weather conditions that do come up that will interfere with this event here coming up.
Yeah, if Kurt and a few of the other people on the committee will make a decision between 8 and 8:30. If they feel if we need to cancel it. So listen to WBEV and stuff, and you'll get the information. If it is canceled, then all our committee people are going to rush up to the Veterans Center, and we're going to set everything up there because it's going to go on no matter what. The bands, everybody will be there for it. And then the ceremony then was going to start at 10:30, just to give us another 15 minutes or so for us to get set up, and they can start arriving around 10 because hopefully we should have the chairs up and the podium and all the little logistics we have to do to set up the room and stuff. So, but it's still going to go on, and we'll have the bands there. They'll be in the hallways or the back of the room, and dueling buglers will be there. So the full ceremony will be there.
So it'll happen, just it might take place at a different location if weather decides to rear its ugly head come Monday. So again, as Lois mentioned, you can listen to WBEV between 8 and 8:30 for that announcement if that venue needs to be changed over. But also the program will be streamed on Daily Dodge TV that day as well, so you can also catch it. But as they mentioned, if you don't have anything going on, show up in person. It's important to have your be there and show your support for veterans as well. And also, we want to highlight the organizations that helped put up the flags there for the program. That's one thing that always stands out in my mind is the images and the visuals that we see from this event. Is just the number of flags that are set up at this event.
Yeah, we've got a few of the veterans organizations in town, the American Legion, VFW in particular, that put flags on grave sites throughout the cemeteries here in town. That usually takes place about a week before Memorial Day, a week to 10 days prior. And I know there's always some people that go, well, I have a loved one that was a veteran, he didn't get a flag. And that could happen because we don't put flags on grave sites, unfortunately, unless there's a marker there. That's the only way we can tell, that that's a grave that should have a flag. And if it happens to be that your loved one does not have a marker or a flag, one of the places you can start, if you recall what funeral home served you, they know how to contact us and help us get those graves marked. But if that's not possible, okay, because it's been some time ago or whatever, Chuck is willing to put his phone number out there, and you can contact him, and he'll provide you with a flag. The easiest thing is for you then to place it on the gravesite. So Chuck, I'm going to let you elaborate maybe a little on that. And
Yeah, that's really all that's needed. In most of the Catholic cemeteries and the Oakwood, new and old Oakwood cemeteries all have holders actually to put a flag in. Highland does not, and Highland is usually one of them that's probably missed the most because it's hard. They're harder to find, and
they don't allow us to put the markers.
and they don't allow us to have markers out there to put a flag in. So it's a little more difficult. But yeah, give me a call, 920-887-8247. I'll get you a flag, one way or the other, and easier for you to go out and put it on your loved one's stone marker or whatever than it is to me go chasing out there and trying to find it without any paperwork or knowledge of where he possibly or she is. So.
And Chuck, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, not to give Highland, like they refuse to let us. It's a maintenance thing. It's a grass cutting thing, a maintenance thing. That in order for them to keep those grounds, well maintained, they don't allow for things above ground. Okay, permanently type above ground.
Sure.
I mean, they do flowers and flags, but anything that's more permanent, they don't allow. Just so everybody knows, they're not being mean to veterans or anything. It's just it's this way they handle their maintenance.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Chuck, you mentioned too before we sign off here with our guests on community comment here that you wanted to give a quick shout out to the honor wall there, and people can call in and figure.
I'm also on the Memorial Park Committee, and we're in charge of getting the plaques and the names on the walls out there. And every year, now that it's kind of slowing down a little because a lot of the county and out of state are on, but just trying to reach those that may be willing to have one of their loved ones put on the wall. The plaques are $200. Applications could be picked up by either myself or at the vet center, or there's even a holder out at the park itself that has applications in it. If you need help with them, my name is on those applications and phone number, and it's $200 a plaque, and a local firm like Archie's Monuments does all the work as far as putting those names on and the information. So yeah, like I say, the applications are there, names there, phone numbers there. Give me a call. Be happy to help you with it.
Fantastic. And before we, again, here sign off with our guests on Community Comment, I want to give each one of them an opportunity just to, again, remind our listeners and viewers why it's important to show up here and attend this Memorial Day ceremony in person. Kurt, we'll start with you.
Yeah, there's just a couple things I want to touch on a little bit yet, too. Not only why is it important to be there, I think everybody realizes that showing that respect, and showing that we remember our veterans, and not just our veterans, our deceased, but our veterans that are still here with us, okay, and their families and the sacrifices that they gave. I know that in my situation, I was drafted. I spent 4 years in the military, which wasn't totally by my choice. Okay, and there's a lot of other veterans out there that are under that same situation. And so it's important to make sure that we understand the sacrifices that they've given and their families. I do want to throw in a quick picture at the end, but maybe we'll move down the line on that topic.
We'll come back.
Talk about our guest speakers just for a minute.
Yes, we'll come back to Kurt on that. But Jeff, what about yourself?
Well, again, Memorial Day is so important for veterans and their families. We're here because people have fought and they have died, and we care about their families too. And it's just, this year is the 250th anniversary for the Army, Navy, and the Marine Corps. So it's a big year for all the services too. So come and support us.
Fantastic. Lois.
A lot of people forget about the veterans that have gave us our freedom, and also the families that are suffering too, because they have lost a loved one. So we should remember the whole family, not just the veteran. You know.
Chuck.
I look forward to it every year. I know it's a lot of work, but it's something I think that needs to be done for our fellow veterans, and participation by the community is what makes it complete.
Fantastic. And Kurt, what's the information you want to share quickly?
Yeah,
about
we have something, we have guest speakers,
Yeah.
okay? And the mayor will say a few words. And our guest featured speakers this year happen to be two young people, which has been unique, I think, to the committee from what I'm told. The VFW sponsors 2 contests for young people to get into. One's called for middle schoolers, it's called Patriot Pen Contest, and where the kids write an essay. Then that essay is judged on a topic. This topic this year was My Voice in American Democracy. And we have the first place winner from that, Sylvan Beecroft will be there, and he'll present his speech that day. And then there's a VOD contest that the VFW sponsors, which is for high schoolers. It's where the high schoolers present a speech, okay, and that speech is judged, okay, and we are very fortunate this year to have a young lady by the name of Charlie Winnicky will be delivering her speech to the people that are there. Both kids have done an outstanding job, an excellent job, you know, and really, they're really looking forward. They say they're really excited about coming and doing that.
That's awesome.
I think it's great to get young people involved in this also.
It's the future here. If you want to keep this event going on, you need younger people to step up and come in and be involved. So it's, again, exciting to hear that they'll be speaking and taking part at this Memorial Day ceremony happening on Monday, May 26th at the Veterans Memorial Park located in the Oakwood Cemetery on Highway 33, just east of Highway 151, starting at 10:15 a.m. sharp. Again, hopefully this isn't going to be an issue, but if there is a weather concern there, they'll make an announcement between 8 and 8:30 on 95.3 WBEV. Kurt will come on and share that announcement with our listeners as well. Then if the venue needs to change for this event. But again, show up, be there in person, attend this Monday at the Veterans Memorial Park located at the Oakwood Cemetery in Beaver Dam, just outside of Beaver Dam. I want to thank our guests here for joining us on the program today. We have Kurt Grunwald, Jeff Krako, Lois Levenhagen, and Chuck Staub. Thank you all so much for coming on Community Comment today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much.
And in our next half hour of Community Comment, we will be replaying our conversation with Washington County Executive Josh Shulman from last week. So don't go anywhere. More Community Comment is coming up next.